Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So for today's reading, I had a comment about a week ago asking, I did this really cool Egyptian read, and I can't even remember what exactly went through it, but one of the comments was, what decks are you using? And so I have over 100 decks of cards. Like, I stopped counting at 100. So anytime like that question comes about, I'm like, oh shoot. And so I did track them down, and I thought, what's easier than replying than to just do a whole reading and show what they are. So decks we're using today are the Light Priestess Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. You got the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. And then these ones are my favorite. These are my absolute favorite cards I own. And I don't know where I got them from, but they're called Aquaria, the Magician's Deck. This is what it looks like. And I got it off of like a website where you can create your own games. And so somebody created these. They are fairly more flimsy compared to other cards, right? This one don't make that sound, but I love them. When you kind of get up close, you can, will it even show? It's on every card, but it's almost like you've got like this pattern. It's like part of the paper or printing. That's a bit different. I haven't seen that before, but you know how like some people like to actually like shuffle them like a deck of cards? These ones I think you can do and not destroy. Like they're flimsy, but they're very tough still. And so I think it was called like the Game Creator Center or the Game Crafter Center. I really don't remember. But there was a sale on, and I was like, why not? Like, there was a couple that I just felt drawn to. I also got an Egyptian deck from there. Actually, that's how I found it. It was an Egyptian. I'm always on the hunt for more Egyptian decks. You know, there's actually not that many. Well, I guess just feeling. I've got a couple Egyptian decks, but I don't feel like anyone's ever really gone into depth. And, you know, most of them are just like pictures of the gods, but I think there could be like a real in-depth one. But this deck I do find is very good when it comes to balancing the light and the dark. That's why I like this one. So let's shake it up. Let's see what message comes out, and those are the decks. So I hope I answered your question. And I apologize about how long it took me. Once I got that and I knew I didn't know the answer, I didn't answer any of the other comments either, because I was like, I need to answer that one first. So once this video's out, I'll have a big weight lifted off my shoulders. And thank you for just always being supportive and part of the journey. Okay, so they say just those 3 cards. How many in this one? They say 2. This one. Oh, the 2 come? 2. Nice. And last but not least, you know what? This deck, the Sacred Destiny Oracle, I forget how much I love it, and I don't use it often. I'm just keep showing the same one because I'm not actually changing. But I love the animals. I love the colors. Why am I doing that? I feel like this is hidden. That's what I'm getting. I'm so sorry. Normally we should already be in the reading, but that's the way the energy is coming, and that's how I'm feeling. This one is just 1, they say. Just 1. Okay, so here's our fat stack. First one we have here is Healing Chaos. We've got Summoning Power in reverse. We've got Clairvoyance in reverse. We've got Archon and Aeon in the upright. We've got Protector of Our Souls in the reverse. And Inner Temple in reverse. What's going on with this reading? I'm seeing a power struggle. especially when it comes to that healing chaos within. There is a storm a brewing. Did you ever? Okay, so there's this TV show back when I was in high school, and it was called Clone High, and they just made it into another one, I think. I think they just redid it, and I haven't seen that one yet. But what is Clone High? Clone High is, they take the DNA of famous people, and then they like freeze them, and then at one time they're like, you know what, we should bring these people back. So they take all this famous DNA and they clone them, Clone High. And so all these clones are at their teenager high school age. And that's what I got. So in one episode, there's a storm that's a brewing. So as soon as I saw this healing chaos, I heard that. I was like, storms a brewing, and I went to that episode. And I think that's the episode that that stopped everything. Like, isn't that the one where they get frozen and it pauses? And so I think just even this year, after like 10 years, they just decided to reboot it. You know what, guys? I'm gonna have to let Buddy out because we're in the kitty sanctuary, and he's struggling, so hold on. Yeah, this is the healing room / kitty cat sanctuary, so you'll always have random kitties coming in and out. So back to my story. We're talking about Clone High, and then the fact that it started up again. So that's what I'm seeing is I do feel like something did happen, right? We've got inner temple in reverse. We got the protector of the soul in reverse. We got clairvoyance, not seeing things clearly. And then we've got summoning power in reverse. This is a very disempowered stack here. And so how are we going to go about and heal this? And so what I'm getting is something that, ooh, yeah, can you see those chills? Let it come through. Let the message first. 1 second. Okay, I started off really, really cold and shocked kind of, and like kind of like a wall of not wanting it. But then this excitement grew. This excitement came into my heart, and I feel like, because I loved this show back then, it was so funny. I remember I had a boyfriend at the time, and it'd be like this certain time, and I'd be like, we gotta go, like we gotta go home and watch it. And then so when it was done, just really sucking, because it was so funny, it was so colorful, right? You got the history, and so to have something that you find so enjoyable just to be stopped. When I was in high school watching that, right? I was like 18 when I graduated, and I'm almost 40 now. So that's to tell you like how much time, 20 years has kind of come in between this. And so that's what I feel like. I don't know if I finally gotten this out, but the story inside me is saying something that you thought was so long lost and forgotten and buried in history is coming back. And I got those goosebumps again. So I feel like the past is going to reawaken itself. And in this reawakening, healing. So let's talk about this card, because this is the healing they're saying. When we look here, right, we are getting Wizard of Oz vibes. How can you not think of Wizard of Oz when you see the houses up in the air coming along with the green witch? But over here, we've got the green as well. So let's bring a little bit of healing into this, which I'm going to pull one more of the Priestess of the Light cards. And this is our path forward with healing. Because I really do feel like something that you think is done, finito, like you don't even give it any more mind energy, is going to come and whirlwind, right? Come and just like mess up everything. But it's because this chaos needs to be healed. And so I think, especially with this clairvoyance in reverse, and the inner temple and all these things. Back in the day when you were first going through whatever this situation that's coming back, you saw it so clearly. And so that's why now you're doubting yourself and you can't quite see things, because you did see things, but I'm seeing people have free will and paths go different ways. And so you're standing there and like, so now you're like, well, my guides told me, my heart told me, my everything told me. How did I not read this correctly? And so from there, because your intuition and your guidance really was guiding you down the right path for you, the path just ended up to be a dead end. And so I'm seeing someone start to disregard their intuition. Anytime something exciting happens, they don't get their hopes up because like, well, I felt this way before and I know that it's too good to be true kind of feeling. And that sucks. So let's pull that one card to how we... Okay, this one and this one. All right, so this is the one that came. You know what? When my hands start to get cold, they don't work. And I've been dropping things so much. And I think that that's what they're showing me. They're like, go back to your hands. Interesting. Interesting. I find everything interesting. Okay, so I dropped the stack. My hands got really, really cold. And I hate when my hands don't work, but I have to keep using them, keep working it out. But when I got there, I was mad. When I dropped it and I dropped the ball, I was mad. And I feel like that's that dropping your intuition, not trusting yourself, being mad because you got your hopes up. And you were meant to get your hopes up because you were seeing things clearly. It just, people have free will. We have to remember that. Free will is so crucial in our development, they say. But anyways, when I dropped it, this is the stack that came. I didn't see it, but then I saw this one and I saw balance. And what I think is even cooler is this. No, this one's balance. This one's setting boundaries. But when I look over, as I was talking about my hands, here the hands are glowing. Here the hands are glowing. So there is something to do with hands. So let me feel into this a bit more. Okay. So what they kind of brought me to was this wall. And it is almost like a hieroglyphic wall. I don't know why, but they almost had me kind of doing like this braille of it all. And then there was one spot on the wall that's right here. Like this is the top. It's right here. Something about, okay, here's your heart level. Something about when you raise your hands up above your heart level, up higher on the wall, they're saying, I guess that's surrendering, that's that letting it go. There is something though when you raise your hands. You know, you hear about those power poses, right? You put your hands on your hips. If you're not feeling confident and you just stand like this for a really long time, you look off into the distance because you are a superhero. Or you just stand on your power pose. I feel like I'm back in cheerleading. But that's what they're showing me. Something about raising your, because there is some healing portals in your palms. Those are activations. Something about it raising higher. So I feel like there's cool information in that. Which deck can we clarify with? They say go to your favorite. Okay, let's get some clarity on these balancing and boundaries. Okay, now they said going back to Clone High and how that reboot is happening. Back in high school, back in the younger days, I'm seeing wanting to be a part of something. And so they're saying that this whatever long lost forgotten thing, it's a hope or a dream or a wish, or could even be a partnership or friendship that you just thought you would never see that person again, and then one day there they are. And so it's saying back at the younger, you didn't have the boundaries. And so now when it comes back up, your intuition was so right and so bang on. It was, because you saw it so clear for what it was, that they're talking about needing to clear up the dirty residual slander that you told yourself, that shut the third eye down a bit. And what do I mean by the old dirty residual slander? It's like, oh, you don't know anything. Oh, that's too good to be true. It's that negative self-talk. They say that is just so little. And it's just like I almost see, if you turn on like a fan, just like a little desk fan, that it could almost blow it away. Because truth and time tell all, they say, and so much time has gone by that this veil, this illusion, like this healing chaos it's going to be easy. And that's what I noticed is everything in seasons, right? So last season, or that kind of chunk, they kept talking about the core. Everything was like to the core. What's the core? And now the word that they seem to overuse a lot is effortless. Because you're really not supposed to be forcing and pushing and harming yourself, especially for the benefit of others. They say, I don't need these other ones that we are. That's what they show. They show the hands. I was going to pull more for the hands, but they're like, no. It's that reaching up, right? That's surrendering, that they're saying clearing away the residual. But almost when you lift your hands higher, okay, they tell me so many things, and so I'm so sorry if this doesn't come out clear. I really wish that you could see, because that's how they talk. They show a color, a texture, a symbol, a something, and then that grows and expands and morphs, and then I'll hear a word, and then we'll tie that in. And then when I could figure out how to show that to show you guys, this will be cool. But until then, I just have to find the words, and I don't quite have them. Something about your hands and your heart raising up. So the first thing they show, it is that surrender. It's also it's that power pose. It's that changing the shift in the energies. It's by you actually putting your hands higher up and elevating higher. It's almost choosing that higher elevation consciousness. It's that shift of the closed third eye to now being open and enlightened. Hello, buddy. Are you going to come do some readings with us? Mr. Buddy is the sweetest kitty cat ever. Come on up, buds. Yeah, he is such a little sweetie, and he is just love. All right. So, there's more to this hand palm thing that they say. Let's pull that one just in case. What do we got? The Goblin Queen. Again, that goes back to the past. It's like, I really feel like something came, stole your thunder. Oh, your thunder was stolen back in the day. You had good intuition that a storm's a brewing, but the thunder never came. And so you were so prepared for this storm or whatever, this healing to come, and it didn't happen. And so now this Goblin Queen is that doubt and that residual things in the mind. And so you can even use the hands to clear the energy fields around you, they're saying, right? Because we have our physical, but then we have our emotional, our mental, and then it goes even more, right? Our aura. We got to clean this area up outside of us as well. And you can feel the energy around you. What parts of you is stagnant in your energy if you flow nice? Yeah, you do. So, what am I getting from this reading? Last final wrap up. It's time to set some good boundaries. Why? Because there is this past negative residual doubts, because something in your inner temple didn't turn out how planned, and it kind of messed up your intuition. And this is saying stability, stand firm. You are very balanced. You're in your power poses. So many years have happened that you've got the boundaries now. You've got the stability. It's okay to go out there. And what is this card? We never even touched on this. So this is the death and rebirth card in reverse. There is this transformation coming. We have the circle of eternal joy. Where are these cards even coming from? That's it. It's just like, you're going to be like, I thought that this was over. I thought that, this was a chapter closed in my childhood days. And then it's going to come now, and you're going to be like, where the hell did all this eternal joy and circle and, this rebirth come from? Because I'm not even thinking about that, right? Because the clairvoyance isn't even looking at that, not even focused. It has no idea. So I kind of wrecked the surprise for you. But there is something fun coming, and it's divine, it's balanced, it is safety and protection, healing. That's what those boundaries are going to bring this time. Because I feel like last time there wasn't the safety in it, and that's why the inner compass, all these doubts and really deep patterns that go so deep, it took a really long time for you to actually let go and surrender. So I think now that you have really let go, it might be coming back again. So be prepared. For some, I hear like this is such a welcoming embrace to come back. It's gonna shock you so much. And then the others are like, it's gonna come back, it's gonna shock you, but it's to be healed and let go. Because I feel like we're just gonna say those 20 years, because I'm gonna use my age, right? When I was in high school, Clone High was on. Now that I'm almost 40, it's on again. 20 years in between. But in that 20 years, it's almost to bring that thing for those whole 20 years. It's this mean, negative self-talk in the back. That's what they're saying. So it's healing that. So if this does come back, do you need to rewatch the series? Well, you don't, but you could if you want to. Because now you're going to step in and summon the power. It says instinct and intellect and control. And again, she's reaching up. There is something to do with reaching up. I just hear, I'm not a religious person, but I just see someone like in a church choir being like, hallelujah, and that feels so nice. It's that real surrender, that being, especially with music and your voice, and that, make it real, they said. So, you're protected. It may not have seemed like you were protected in the past, but Spirit really wants you to know that you have leveled up. You have done so much healing, that a storm's a coming. What you need to know now is you are the storm. In the past, you had to embrace and protect yourself from storms, but little do people know is you're not quite one to mess with anymore. So storms are brewing. And you're protected, and that's all that matters. You are so protected this time. You are allowed to go out there and just be open. Open your heart. Because now you see back in the past that you were right the whole time. And so all that doubt in the in-between time, what a waste of time. But, everyone's not going to be upright in front with you. They're going to let you have that doubt because, no, I don't know. And they're saying it's because so much time has gone in between that it's uncomfortable to talk about now. But it's coming up and out to be healed, because chaos can't stay constant. There is a time when the energies will just outdo itself. It can't continue, and peace, balance, and restoration will always come. So that's what I feel like. I feel like you were tricked into thinking that you don't know what you're thinking, but you do know. You got your thumb on the pulse. And so as so much time went, you had so much negative talk. You're like, nope, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But you know so much. And so now when this realization comes back, you're going to really step into your empowerment. What are you doing, buddy? Buddy's reaching out. He's just kind of tapping me on the arm. He says, hi. So Buddy's reaching out. And he says, you got this. All right. Buddy needs a little time, so we'll leave the reading there. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and those were the cards. Bye, guys.